even go ahead and say you have to make preparations. You have to go ahead and book early and just try to find the best prices, because money can be a problem.
Yeah, I think everybody in this report was just spotlighting about the word preparation.
Yeah.
How to prepare for this for your trip. Any kind of trip, how can you prepare for it? Yeah.
Yeah, they actually, what I thought is they summed up all of what we said so far.
Yeah.
The backpacks, the checking for prices, having a contact, and
Money.
on the other side, yeah, money.
Money is that is the number one issue for everybody. To go ahead and you want to go somewhere, you have to have some kind of money. And as you said before, that you have to check the prices that they have over there, because some countries would have some kind of different economical system. So it may seem a little bit more expensive than your own, or sometimes a little bit less expensive. So go ahead and search them up and know if you actually have got enough money to actually go there. And just as you said before, having the exact amount of money for yourself isn't really enough. You have to have some kind of extra money. Just say it because, subhanAllah, as always, we know that something might happen. And being ready is always just nice. Don't go ahead and say, okay, we'll just go and see what happens. You should always go ahead and see if they have some kind of tours. I do remember once, and I have been told that if you go anywhere, you can always find tours. And for an example, I've been told about Scotland. There are so many tours that you go there, and they're not even that expensive. So you basically pay not so much amount of money, but you'll be going and seeing different castles, different lakes. They call it lochs over there.
Loch Ness.
Yeah, Loch Ness and Loch Mona or something. I don't really exactly remember the name.
Yeah, it's a good place.
Yeah, it is a good place. It was a very good place, honestly.
Yeah, it's very cultural. It has a lot of monuments and a lot of ruins.
Yeah, ruins, when you say ruins, they are castles and everything that's remaining from swords and prisons and so many different things, even catapults. We can actually go ahead and say, okay, this is the catapult that they used about 300 or 400 years ago, and it's still there in a very good condition. And that is exactly why it explains some countries are really good in, in tourism, not only war tax, and actually in tourism. Because if they actually reserve what they have, not only destroying or demolishing the past or the past ruins, or simply trying to put in its place some kind of hotel or something else. If you reserve what you had, it has some kind of value, some kind of cultural value, historical value. So people would actually pay money to come and see it. You can see it almost everywhere. People go ahead and pay money to go to see old stuff, old houses, old villages. Anything that has the word old on it, and it says old, and it seems old, people would usually pay money to go ahead and see it. Even if in your eyes it's simply, stupid. Or
Fascinates everyone.
Yeah, other benefits from for traveling is having souvenirs from places you go. For example, I went from about 5 years. I went to London, a school trip in London with my friends. I collected as many souvenirs for Big Ben, those stages in Madame Tussauds Museum.
Madame Tussauds is the wax museum, isn't it?
Yeah, wax museum. It's awesome. Yeah, you can differentiate between the real person and that statue in front of you.
Yeah, actually, I heard about the museum now. It's like one of the major tourism spots in London.
Yeah, its tickets are very cheap, and it's you're receiving too many tourists.
So much value for money.
Yeah, exactly. Other thing, talking about souvenirs. Souvenirs can just remind you with this value, with this trip, this amazing trip. This how you prepared for this trip. What did you do to just get this statue or this souvenir? Yeah.
Like you said, souvenirs are essential for any trip to remind you of what happened, to remind you of the good times that you had and the experience that you gained from that trip.
Would you actually buy souvenirs for yourself or for your family and friends?
Both.
Of course, yeah, both.
Yeah, I actually, when I went to that trip, I bought for both. Actually, I was young at that age. I was in grade 6, I think. Yeah, I bought for my family just to put it in as a decorations at home.
Oh, nice.
And I just kept one statue for myself to just take photos with it. It wasn't really
Very good. Well, honestly, having souvenirs is a very good tactic, if you want to put it that way, to keep yourself reminded of what actually where you have went actually. But when you sit down and remember all the places that you have been to, be it London in your case or somewhere else. I think you've been to Scotland since you know about the locks.
Actually, sorry about that, but I'd love to travel. I love traveling so much, but recently I didn't travel far enough. What made me have such good experience is reading about stuff. But for my first destination, if I would travel, it has to be the Caribbean. I love that I love that area. Like you have the Hawaii, you have Barbosa. You have even...
We all know about Pirates of the Caribbean, and we all have seen how great the place looks like.
I loved it even before. I heard so much great news about it, and I would love to go to Brazil from my own.
Yeah, actually, I want to go to Ecuador.
Ecuador? Nice.
Yeah, Ecuador, because I've been told about its, tropical, nature and everything.
Yeah.
So, and they say that maybe it's the safest place if you want to visit the tropics. It may be the safest place. It might be a wrong piece of information, all right? I just got it the way it is. So it might be the safest, might be not. But what I know is that it might be the safest place if you want to go there. And as I told you, you have to have the medical shots before going there because you don't want to get sick from the mosquitoes or the different spiders or almost everything in the tropics, I think, is some kind of poisonous, has some kind of poison in it.
Another problem that you have to check for before we're traveling is about the situation that's happening in that country. Because actually the Caribbean has a dangerous side because there's some islands are very dangerous. Not with the medical stuff, it's with gangs. Gangs and gang wars and all that. Some island, yeah. What?
Food. Food is not, yeah. I think food is not
about that.
Yeah, I think food is not that good in these places. They just collect sea stuff to eat it.
Actually,
yeah. Unfamiliar
about that, I have to disagree. Because what I heard, like we said in the first of the episode,
they're not just eating a normal fish as we eat a fish.
I know.
I mean, they're just going to, sorry?
Raw?
Yeah.
Still...
Yeah,
but
some
not...
sponge fish is... Yeah,
don't you eat Japanese food?
Yeah, Japanese is like all raw.
Yeah, it's raw salmon, raw, almost raw everything.
And you don't have to eat it. It's not like it doesn't have to be all the food aren't all raw. They're cooks. They have to cook. From older ages they have learned to cook because of germs and diseases that come from some sort of fish. They have adapted to them because of the cooking and learned about a lot of things.
Yeah, like if the fish was actually poisonous and he has to cut off the poisonous tail or whatever. But the thing is, if you are really picky with food and can't eat, whatever it is that they offer for any kind of cuisine, you will be going to fast food restaurants, because they're all over the world. Almost anywhere you go or you want to go, they'll be there. So go ahead and, just get yourself some burger and fries.
Traveling. You have a hard time.
Yeah, such a hard time,
Yeah, trying to know what to eat, finding the right sort of places that have the food that you want is tiring.
No, really. It's all part of the fun.
Food? Well, yeah. They can work, but when you...
It's actually part of the fun. I find that trying new food, eating something strange, can be really... It's really part of the fun. But the thing is, as long as it's not living, as long as it doesn't move in my mouth while I eat it, I think I'll be just fine. But, when you actually said something about the situation, about the country that you're going to, of course, that is like the number 2 or number 1 thing that you have to think about. You don't want to go somewhere where you want to endanger your life. If you want to go hitchhiking or, let's say, climbing a mountain or bungee jumping or something else.
Or even backpacking. Backpacking, like I heard that backpacking through Europe is most excellent experience that you gain. Because just strolling along through the countryside and exploring the cities, not one city. Because you know that Europe has a lot of countries.
Yeah.
So, like you said, you have to know about them. It's essential.
Yeah, it is really essential that you go and know what you're actually seeing. Because some places are not really as safe as your country. So you just have to be careful. You don't want to go and endanger your life. As I said before, bungee jumping and other extreme sports, yeah, they do endanger your life, but they are always safety measures.
Yeah.
And
I think an expert with you in in this situations. Another one, I just want to talk about the benefits of traveling. Actually, how can we benefit from travel? I mean, we just talked about relaxation thing. We talked about shopping, buying souvenirs, buying things. Yeah, we want to talk about a third benefit for trying new food. A fourth one.
you know,
What do you think?
for some of us it is actually a plus. For some it is minus.